Hi everybody in my TSTO Harry Potter group and YouTube channel. Okay, so we're on to part 2 of the Tlsq, Career Day at Hogwarts. So the first one, you had a little vision by Trelawney, and all you saw was a desk, which we don't know what that means yet. So we're going to go on to part 2. Join your friends as they explore the many varied careers of the magical world. Can you find the clues needed to shed light on your and Marilla's mysterious vision? Your? Sounds weird the way they worded that. I don't know. Okay. Let's hit start. Yeah, sounds very weird. I don't know why they worded it like that. Kind of sounds weird. Okay. First things first, I'm going to do. So there's, 5 parts to this. I am so glad that I'm doing this in 4 parts. Okay. A 10. Hold on. I want to make sure. A 10 transfigurations. Okay, that's what it says. Let's do it. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right one. I tend to click on the wrong stuff and then I get some other quest line and it doesn't make sense. I did that on a previous video. I'm still learning. I've only been at this for 4 months, so. Okay, enough chatting. Let's get on with this. Watcher, Grogu? Hello, Tonks? You got a vision from Professor Trelawney's crystal ball too, right? If it's half as interesting as mine. All right, all of you, quiet now. My name is Alistair Moody, or Ministry Malcontent, and your guest speaker today. I am here to tell you what it's like to be an Auror. Being an Auror is dangerous business, so I suggest you pay attention. Our special guest is Mad-Eye Moody. He looks so funny up there, as if it were a Hogwarts professor himself. If Mad-Eye were a professor, he probably wouldn't be teaching transfigurations. True, and there's something else. I saw Mad-Eye in my vision. You did? Yeah, when I looked into Professor Trelawney's crystal ball, I saw myself with him at the ministry. He was yelling at me. I'm not sure why, but I think this means I'm going to become an Auror. I said pay attention. To be an Auror, you to face the darkest evils of the magical world. Few have what it takes. But if you listen to me, you just might have a chance. Okay. They're putting a lot into these, though. Like, they're pretty long. What is he doing? Come on, get over here. Sorry I'm not reading all those, but if I read all of the ones, especially how many there are, we'd be going through so many of them. And then you'd have to sit through all that. I'm going to shorten it, since I have the gems too. Being an Auror is dangerous work. It requires a great deal of courage and expertise. Many try, most will fail, and some will die. Thank you for your time. Well, that was rather intense. Being an Auror sounds dangerous. True, but it's important work. We were still little when Wizarding War happened, but something like that could happen again. If it does, I want to be there to stand against darkness. You really are brave, Tonks. Thanks, Grogu. That means a lot coming from you. I'm not going to let a little danger stop me from pursuing my dream of becoming an Auror. What about you? Would you choose a dangerous career to pursue your dream? Sure, I live for danger. That's one thing we have in common, Grogu. Life's more interesting when you take a risk now and then. With all the adventures we've had at Hogwarts, I know you're as brave as they come. After hearing Mad-Eye's lecture, I'll need more than courage to become an Auror. To qualify for Auror training, I'll need to score high marks in the Newts. How many newts did Mad Eye say were required to qualify for ore? I think it was at least 5 subjects. That's right, Grogu. Thanks, you've got a great memory. That was a guess, by the way. To qualify for ore or train, I'll need to score outstanding or exceeds expectations at least 5 newts. That sounds like quite a challenge. Yeah, I'll need to study hard to prove I have what it takes. Thanks for being here with me, Grogu. By the way, I never asked what you saw in Professor Trelawney's crystal ball. I want to know if you become an ore too. I might. I think I remember ores using desks when we visited the ministry for our school assignments. Desks? Sorry, it's a long story. I'd explain, but I have to go. I need to meet Penny at the next event. It might give a clue about my death vision or Marilla's mysterious blur. Okie dokie. Sorry if I sound nasally. I've got bad allergies. We've been going through a heat wave and they're just acting up bad. Grogu, you made it just in time. Hello, Penny. I take it that this event is about healers and the work they do? It is. I want to learn as much as I can about what it's like to be a healer because healers were in my vision. So that's what you saw in Professor Trelawney's crystal ball. Yeah, I saw myself in a hospital ward surrounded by healers. I was even holding a healing potion. That does seem pretty clear, if a little unexpected. I know, I always assumed I would grow up to be a potioneer. I'm not sure what to make of it. Perhaps destiny simply has a different plan for me. Well, this career program is all about trying new things. If you try your hand at being a healer, you might realize you enjoy it. That's true, Grogu. The same could be true for you. If healers use desks to work, you may be right. Huh? A desk? What a joy it is to see so many bright, young, eager minds eager to learn about the healing arts. My name is Miriam Stout. I work as a healer at St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries. Today I've gained special permission to help out here in the Hogwarts Hospital Wing. There's no better way to learn than hands-on experience, so let's roll up our sleeves and care for these patients. Okie dokie. Let's get healing. Wow. Do, 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 do. And there we go. And there, and there. I'm immensely proud of your work today. I think you all did a brilliant job. I hope this experience has helped you consider a career in the healing arts. Madame Strout sure is kind, especially compared to Mad Eye. She's just brilliant. It's just like we went to St. Mungo's to gain work experience. I wouldn't mind a career working with people like her, especially if I get to use the alchemy room. Even among healers, Madame Strout's work in the Janice Thicky ward requires a lot of empathy and patience. Do you remember the sort of maladies they care for in the Janice Thicky ward? I think so. Is that where they treat potion and plant poisonings? That's a different floor, Grogu. The Janice Thicky ward is where they treat patients with severe or permanent spell damage. It's a good thing. It's good that none of the students we care for today had any serious ailments. How'd you like helping the patients here, Penny? I'd rather enjoyed it. I do like helping people. I appreciate how much empathy healers have. When you asked me what wizarding strength I value the most, I chose empathy too. Well, of course, it's because you're so kind. Still, I can't help but feel that something is missing. Sounds like your heart is still in potions. Perhaps there's a lot to appreciate about being a healer, but I'm still not sure. What do you appreciate the most about healers? What I appreciate the most about healers is that they help people. It's as simple as that. It's hard to think about anything more important than helping people. Healers can make a real difference in the world. Becoming a healer wouldn't be so bad, but I think that my true passion is still with potions. That doesn't explain my vision, though. I wonder if it means what I thought it means. Marilla would probably be happy to learn that our visions may not be set in stone. All she saw in her vision was a confusing blur. Oh, Marilla, nothing's ever simple with her. What were you saying about a desk before? Apparently a desk is my destiny, assuming my own vision was correct. We can dismiss the details later. It's almost time for the next event. I think it involves magical creatures. Okay. Meet Amos Diggory. I'm never good at pronouncing anything. Hello, Marilla. Baby, we missed you at the Aurora and Healer events. Do you feel that neither of these jobs are for you? I don't know. Me and an Auror, possibly, but a healer? I think not. I'm not one for uniforms. I know you've been feeling uncertain about the vision you saw in Professor Trelawney's crystal ball. Penny and I had a thought that might help. We don't even know if our visions are true. I've considered that, baby. But something about my vision just felt real, even if I can't explain what it means. If that's how you feel, then I won't question it, Marilla. But I may question what brought you to an event focused on careers involving magical creatures. There's a reason why I came here. Remember the strengths Professor Dumbledore mentioned: courage, empathy, and knowledge? Of course I chose empathy, and so did Penny. I chose knowledge, and I've heard that working with magical creatures requires a lot of it. If that means I'm meant for a job involving magical creatures, I want to know. Well, if it isn't Grogu, baby, lovely to see you again. Hello, Mr. Diggory. As you may know, I work at the Ministry's Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures, and I'm here to tell you about the exciting world of magical creature careers. I've even brought along a few friends to help. Aww. Oh, look at the puppies play fighting. Isn't that cute? Ooh, my moon keys. Mooncalves, I call them moon keys. Mr. Diggory would you say that jobs involving magical creatures require a lot of knowledge? Oh, absolutely, and much more besides. Let me show you around. There are many creatures here who would like to meet you. Some have jobs themselves. That's a lot of fun, though. I like these. These little mini stories are interesting. I can't wait to get to beyond. I'm only 7:48, so I've got a little ways to go. I didn't do my my owls or newts or whatever you call them yet. I can't even remember the name now. And then when I graduate, I'll be doing tons and tons and tons of videos. I'm even going to do one on redecorating my dorm. There we go, almost done. Oh, what scared me? I'm going to have to put some more energy in. Okay. He's almost there. Oh no. There we go. Clicking too fast. It's my hyperactivity. Everyone knows about magizoologists. They travel the world studying magical creatures in the wild. But that's only the beginning. There are many other creature careers to consider. In fact, the Ministry of Magic has a whole department dedicated to magical creatures. And as you've shown us, some creatures even have jobs themselves. Precisely, there are treasure-seeking nifflers, delivery elves, and so much more. And all of them require extensive knowledge. To work with a creature, you must first understand its nature. With that in mind, let's see how much you remember. Madagots are trained to protect which country's Ministry of Magic? Oh, was it the British Ministry of Magic? Oh, if only, that'd be certainly delightful. Well, the correct answer is the French Ministry of Magic. I was never good with tests. Thank you for doing all of this, Mr. Diggory. The pleasure was all mine, Mr. Baby. I wish you luck considering your future career. So, Marilla, what do you think? Do you see yourself having a career with magical creatures? Can you imagine me working with magical creatures for a living, baby? I suppose anything's possible. You may not be the type to fawn over a magical creature, but you're still smart enough to do the job. There are stranger things in the world than Marilla snide working with magical creatures for a living. Are there? I'm not so sure. I won't pretend I don't enjoy a magical creature every now and then, but I don't think I'd make it a career. I'll have to look elsewhere to find the job that's right for me. There's another event coming up. Perhaps we'll have better luck there. Let's go. I heard it's about jobs in the Ministry of Magic, so it might apply to you. What makes you say that? You saw a desk in your vision, right? The Ministry of Magic has plenty of those. Okay, before I do the next part, I'm going to be smart and fill up. Okay, let's see where we are. 4. These are pretty long, actually. Wow. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Attend the next event. Okay, I always like to make sure. I tend to click on something I'm not supposed to. Here we go. Oh, lots of people. Thank you all for coming. My name is Amelia Bones. I work at the Ministry of Magic. I serve as the head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. You may have met one of my employees already. Mr. Moody is one of our finest and least agreeable Aurors. I remember Madam Bones from our school assignments with the ministry. It can't be easy being Mad Eye's boss. Rest assured, law enforcement is but one of the Ministry of Magic's many departments. Not every ministry role is as exciting or dangerous as being an Auror, but they all serve an important purpose. Don't make the mistake of assuming that because your job is at a desk, you aren't making a difference. I did see a desk in my vision. I'd better pay attention. I may be destined to work at the ministry. Listen closely. Jobs in the Ministry of Magic require diligent work, extensive knowledge, and punctuality. Okay. That's quite interesting if you're around the part where I am in my storyline. I'm on 748, and yeah, I don't think I'd want to work in the Ministry of Magic after going through what I just went through in the storyline. You can watch my previous videos, you'll understand what I'm talking about. What's going on right now in that storyline? Yeah, I would not want to work in the Ministry of Magic. The Ministry of Magic keeps our world secret from muggles and safe from the forces of darkness, so do keep us in mind when considering your future career. Jobs at the Ministry really do make a difference, even if they seem like simple desk jobs. Now that the lecture is over, Madam Bones thought it would be a good idea to break into smaller groups. Hello, Arthur. Hello, Grogu. It's a pleasure to see you again. Life in the misuse of Muggle artifacts office is a bit slower than some of the other ministry departments, but that's just how I like it. That way I can study Muggle artifacts to my heart's content. I have a question about the types of desks you use. You do? That's not the sort of thing I'm usually asked. I'd be happy to discuss it, but before we do, Madam Bones asked me to test your knowledge. She's a bit of a stickler for this sort of thing. So here goes. How many departments are there in the Ministry of Magic? Oh, God, another test? I don't know. The Ministry of Magic has 7 departments. Excellent. Madam Bones will be happy to hear that her lecture got through to you. Lucky guess. Now kindly name all 7 departments and the offices within them. I'm just kidding. The ministry's got so many offices I doubt even I could name them all. Now what's all this about our desks? Well, the thing is, I looked into a crystal ball hoping to catch a glimpse of my future career, but all I saw was a vision of a desk. I've been trying to figure out what that means. I see. Can you describe this desk? It was brown, made of wood. There were drawers and a few papers and books on top. That's a desk, all right. Unfortunately, I can't tell you whether it's the same sort of desk that we use in the ministry. It tends to vary by department, you know. When I first saw the desk in my vision, I thought it could make for a dreadfully boring future. I understand how you might think that, but not all desk jobs are the same. I don't know, life as a ministry bureaucrat just doesn't appeal to me. Too much paperwork. We do love our paperwork at the ministry, but all our efforts are important in their own way. Not everyone is as lucky as I am to pursue their passion for a living. In my case, that's Muggle artifacts. But simple, honest work is nothing to be ashamed of, especially if you've got people who need you. Thanks, Arthur. I hope I was of help to you both. What about my vision? All I saw was a big blur. I'm not sure what to make of that. Perhaps in the future you move really fast. There's a career event at the Quidditch pitch happening soon. Lots of fast-moving flyers there. I was thinking of going just to watch Gwenog Jones in action. I hadn't thought of that. Come on, Marilla, let's go. This sure is a long part. We're only on part 2. Well, part 2 of 5. So, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm on part 2 of 5. Let's go to the Quidditch pitch. Quidditch. Okay, here we go. Grogu, Marilla, it's good to see you. Hello, Andre. I heard something interesting recently, that you two gazed into Professor Trelawney's crystal ball. We did, but the visions we saw weren't exactly straightforward. All I can make out was from mine was a desk. A desk? Why, that could mean anything. You think that's unclear? My vision was just a big blur. That does seem perplexing. The two of us have been going to different career events hoping to find a clue as to what our visions mean. If you ask me, I don't think you should concern yourselves with silly visions. What's the point of worrying about a future that hasn't even happened yet? To accept it. If we know what the future is, we can prepare for what awaits us. Perhaps, but that's assuming your visions are even real and that you can't change your fate. I suppose there are pretty big assumptions, but I'd rather be prepared for the future than get caught by surprise. That's what I like about you, Grogu. You won't let anything get the better of you, even fate. Divination sure is a tricky subject. Frankly, I'd rather concern myself with the present. Just look, Gwenog Jones, one of the best Quidditch players in the world, is right here at Hogwarts. Professor Hooch invited her to demonstrate her skills as a professional Quidditch player. Is that so? Yeah, of course, being a pro Quidditch player isn't the only job in magical sports and games. Gwenog may be even able to give us advice about the future, as long as we can keep up. Some flying might clear our heads at least. I could certainly use a bit of that. Then let's go show Gwenog Jones what we can do. Wow, this is a pretty long one. Almost. Okay, so we got to do 5. Wow. Look at them doing all these tricks. Reminds me of like surfing. That's kind of a fun little one. Interesting. I just wish they weren't so long. I just can't believe how long these are. There we go. You've got some talent, all three of you. Thanks, Winnog. I'm not surprised you can fly, Grogu. If you've got questions, I'll answer as best as I can. We looked in a crystal ball and saw some confusing visions of our future. I have to know, do you use a desk? Not really. All right, then. I don't suppose you know what a big blur could mean. I'm afraid not. Honestly, I don't know much about divination. All I can say is that, as an athlete, I need to be present in the moment. If I spend all my time worrying about the future, I'd never have gotten to where I am today. Andre said the same thing. We shouldn't let worries about the future interfere with the present. Wherever fate takes you, I can tell by the way you fly that you'll land somewhere interesting. Just remember that talent and passion are important, but it's hard work that'll keep you at the top of your game. Hard work. I suppose you don't get very far in life without that. Absolutely, Grogu. And you know who works harder than anyone? People who run their own business. In fact, there's another career program event at the Three Broomsticks starting soon, focusing on just that. An event for people who run their own businesses? I suppose that means they get to be their own boss. Being my own boss does have a certain ring to it. There'll be all sorts of people there, shop owners, tradespeople, and innkeepers like Madame Rosmerta. I even heard there's going to be free butterbeer for curious students. In that case, I'm definitely going. Let's get to the Three Broomsticks before they run out of butterbeer. Okie dokie, that was quite the long one. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching part 2 of 4 of Career Day at Hogwarts. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more Hogwarts mystery content. And until next time, happy tapping because this is the way.